Hi, welcome to a new season of Indigenous Bites. I'm here in Lopinot on this rainy afternoon, but it's all about cocoa and chocolate. Of course, cocoa has been on this island since the early 1800s, and Lopinot, of course, is famous for its wonderful cocoa. So let's go across the Cafe Mariposa now and see how it's all done from bean to bar. Hi Marcia.
Hi Wendy, welcome to Cafe Mariposa.
Thank you very much. So tell us a little bit about your bean to bar process.
Well, first I must take you to see the trees.
Yeah, so I see you have your trees all around.
Yeah, we have had them for several years. As you know, Lopinot is a cocoa valley.
Right, yes. So type of cocoa is mostly the Trinitario.
Definitely.
That's the one that's the most famous. It gives us this world-class, delicious cocoa.
Right, fine and flavor cocoa,
Right.
which we just got again a couple months ago.
So how long has your estate been here? Because I know cocoa in the island has been around since the 18th century, really.
That's correct. But we have been here since the 1960s. Our parents moved here.
Okay.
And but we started Cafe Mariposa and Mariposa Gardens in 2001. And then gradually started adding trees, but definitely maybe about 10 years ago, I would say we really put down a heavy amount of trees.
So it takes around how long to get a tree from sapling stage to bearing cocoa?
From sapling to bearing, maybe 3 to 5 years.
Okay, 3 to 5 years. So when you moved here, the trees were already here, you planted them all new?
Well, Lopinot is a cocoa growing valley,
Right.
so
There was
when the
some
Count Lopinot came, he was growing cocoa.
Okay.
Right, so cocoa trees were already here, and the farmers were given a plot of cocoa, which is mostly on the back road, as we call it, and then they were given a plot for their homes.
So is it the Count's ghost, which is, you know, historically supposed to haunt the place, causes all this wonderful cocoa sensation in Lopinot?
I don't think so. I think it's images.
Okay, so the seasons, you had mentioned that the season is already done. So
Yes,
you
we are
want to
the
tell us
end.
about the seasons for cocoa?
We're at the end of the bearing season, so people would have just been picking up stragglers these days. But as you see on this tree, the flowers are coming out, and we would not be able to get these until maybe like October, November. Definitely November.
So 5 months,
And right into March.
it will
we
go
should
into
be-
bearing pods.
Yeah.
So Marcia, I see all sorts of different colors, and you had mentioned earlier that it is like spring for the cocoa. We
Yes.
finished the last harvest and it starts to get pollination and
Well, the flowers are coming out, the trees are changing their leaves.
yeah, it's so
It's
beautiful.
kind of exciting. It's colorful and pretty.
It's beautiful, yeah.
And so you would hardly find a pod, but I
Oh,
think
there we found one.
one.
So that is an orange one like you were saying, and the flowers are pink.
Yes.
So it's indicative of, but they all have the same flavor depending on the color. Oh,
Not necessarily. A lot tends to be where they grow.
okay, so it's where it grown as opposed to the color of the pod.
Yeah. I mean, it will have its own original flavor, but it is also dictated by the soil and the trees that grow with it. So it's like a sense of place. You're tasting, in my mind, the place.
And it's such a romantic notion.
really
It's
love
a
it.
wonderful concept. And it's also sustainable and natural, which is what makes it so intriguing. So I'm here with Hyacinth, that's Marcia's sister, and she is the chocolate maker of Mariposa. So you're going to tell us how we get from the roasted bean stage to the chocolate stage here, right? So tell us how we do that.
So after the beans have been roasted, they must be shelled. We do all of the shelling by hand. And when they're shelled,
So these
They
are the
look like-
roasted beans here, right?
and these are the shelled ones.
Okay.
Okay. So after they're shelled, they have to be ground.
Right.
And we have this machine here that grinds it. This is a cake maker that we've gotten.
Right, so it's a grinder.
Yeah.
Could you do that in you couldn't do that in a food processor?
No, it doesn't.
It's not gonna
grind
do
the
it as
same.
well,
And depending on how tight it is, it gets smaller. So after it's ground, the chocolate must go in here. But this is a wet grinder, so we must start with something liquid.
So this chocolate goes into here to make the chocolate in the bars.
Yes.
Right.
So we start with the cocoa butter. We melt it as a liquid.
Okay.
And we will put the cocoa butter in.
Right, a little bit of cocoa butter
and then we start adding, but we can't add all at one time because it will just seize up the machine. So we do it a spoon at a time, and we let the machine run.
Oh, okay.
And it will turn everything into liquid.
Into liquid, right.
But it takes about 24 hours.
Okay, so you leave this on 24 hours.
Leave it for 24 hours. After it's there for 24 hours, this is what you get.
And then when do you add your sugar and all that?
The sugar is added within the 24. After the first 8 hours of the cocoa grinding, we'll add like the sugar in.
So this is, and then you just
pour this. So this is chocolate in its liquid form.
And then you pour this into your mold, and you get.
It has to be tempered.
Right.
And we temper it. And the molds also must be a particular temperature.
Right.
We pour them in, and they're set. But if it isn't set up within 3 minutes, something is wrong.
3 minutes.
Set, yeah.
3 minutes.
And it will start to get hard within 3 minutes.
Can I touch that?
Sure, you can.
Oh, so you set it in the fridge? Or?
So I have a chiller dedicated just for chocolates. And it's set overnight.
It smells so good in here. It smells like chocolate.
And they come out. These are 2-ounce bars. We have 3 different sizes that we make.
Wow, that's lovely.
And it's all nice and rich and...
And then in this machine now, we have our cocoa tea mixer.
Yes, we use the same machine and we grind.
So this is just the chocolate that we have here.
The cocoa we have here,
and we just
grind spices in, and we grind it, and we make it into the sticks.
Okay.
Like, we have these
little sticks, or the cocoa tea.
Yeah.
Pieces.
The cocoa tea, no, we just use the grind, and we grind it more than once, so it starts to develop the cocoa butter, and then we will form it.
Oh, okay,
because that's how it used to be long.
Oh, I understand. So we've got the cocoa tea, which is the old-fashioned way, and the cocoa sticks, which is the
modern way.
The modern way. So we're just encouraging everyone to join the chocolate revolution, right, and support our local. Wonderful. So I want to really taste some of your chocolate.
So you can go ahead and make one.
Thank you.
It should be nice and firm. Yeah. That's when you know it's tempered properly.
Oh.
Because it has a snap. Now, if you don't like dark,
it's good.
Yeah. If you don't like dark, you let it melt in your mouth the first time, so you develop a taste for the flavor.
This is beautiful dark, though it's not, doesn't hit you as being too bitter.
No, and it's smooth.
And it's very smooth.
Yeah. That's the extra cocoa butter, and the churning helps with that.
So your brand is also beautifully packaged. It's called Tory Bread, and you were saying this is your parents' name.
Yes.
I think that's very clever, and it's gorgeous packaging. It's very sophisticated and beautiful. So we're going to hop back on to Marcia, who's going to make some cocoa tea with us now. Thank you, Hyacinth.
Welcome, love.
So we bounced back to Marcia, and she's making some authentic Lopinot Cafe Mariposa cocoa tea. So we've got our cocoa. Everybody's familiar with this. This is the wonderful, what do we call these?
We just call them a cocoa ball.
A cocoa ball. It comes in all types of shapes and sizes these days. And this is just pure 100% unadulterated Trinidad cocoa. Nothing added, nothing taken away. I'm doing an ad. No, we're not doing an ad. And then we've ground this up here. You've grated this.
Yes.
Right. And we've put some nutmeg, some bay leaf, and some cinnamon. And so tell us what we do now.
We let the spices infuse into the water with the cocoa before you add the milk. And once it has happened, I let it boil for like about 5 minutes, but it's just the spices. Drop the cocoa in, and let that boil for another 5, and then I put the milk in.
You put some
and
milk
then
in. And you have sugar in there as well?
A little condensed milk.
Oh, condensed milk.
Traditional
Put a little condensed milk. Of course, of course.
So we put a little condensed milk, and voila, we have some nice Lopinot cocoa, Mariposa style.
So now this is ready to be served, right? But I love to add some orange bitters to my cocoa tea because I think the flavors of chocolate and orange are quite delightful.
Yeah.
So let's try something today. Right. Smells lovely. So when you just pour and enjoy. There we go. So cheers.
Cheers. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's so lovely. It's rich. It's delicious. Thank you. So let's move into our gorgeous Trini chocolate cake now. So we're making a Mariposa chocolate cake now. So Hyacinth, let's go.
It's one of the easiest chocolate cakes to make. There's no creaming of anything. I have all my liquid ingredients here: milk, hot water, and oil, and vanilla essence. So we just pour everything in.
So you have in here what? Some
Flour,
brown sugar, flour, and your rising agent.
Yes, and a rising agent.
Did you use any white sugar? Just brown sugar?
No. The only people in here who use brown sugar are the hummingbirds.
You mean white sugar? Right. Yeah. So we got a few eggs and that's all beaten together, right?
Yep.
And then you've got your lovely melted chocolate. So this is unsweetened, right?
It's unsweetened. That's our cocoa that we processed in the machine.
So if we were doing this at home, we would take block chocolate and melt it over the into a double boiler to get it to this consistency.
If you're really delicate with it, microwave will work, but you have to do it slowly in 10-second bursts. And you're ready.
Wow, that is like an easy cake. It's what, a 20-second chocolate cake?
20-second chocolate cake.
That's
and
great.
We're good to go.
We'll put that into our pan here.
Like this. Don't waste a drop.
You know, they say the more liquid a chocolate cake, the more tender and moist it is. And I certainly believe that's got a gorgeous color too. So that's going to bake up really nice and dark, eh?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so we put that into the oven now. 35 minutes?
Yeah, 45 for me, because it's so liquid.
So Hyacinth, this is the delightful cake that you just baked. And we're just finishing it up with a little bit of ice and sugar, which I think is delicious. Because when the cake is so moist and wonderful, you don't need anything too much more on it. And we just give it a lovely little garnish. And that is our Mariposa chocolate cake. Thank you. This looks delicious.
Welcome. Thank you.